continuing our stroll in Elkhart today, and we're heading over here to some beautiful art, the Midwest Museum of American Art. And I've been here before, and you guys have some new stuff going on, and especially the view from outside. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks. We're happy to have you here
Okay,
today.
now this is kind of a look or a peek inside. Tell us about this new display that you guys have going on.
Well, we decided that visibility was an important issue coming into this new year. And a lot of people have suggested to us that they weren't really sure where the museum was, what it was all about. And so we're trying to present some new signage in the way of vignettes of works of art on display in the museum's collection, some of which are nationally recognized.
I love it. So these, what you're seeing out here, you can find it indoors too, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
All right, well, let's go head indoors and see what you guys have going on.
Okay.
Well, and we'd be remiss if we didn't point out that right now we have 3 exhibits going on
Yes.
through June 8th, Politics and Religion.
Okay, let's go take a look.
Well, you're entering the Sanctum Sanctorum, the main gallery, referred to as the Burns Gallery here, and you see immediately
That's the
three
one
of
that's
the
outside,
works.
right?
Correct.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
there it is. I love it.
And this piece happens to be by a legacy artist, one of the senior members of our art tribe, Abner Hirschberger, who's 92 years old.
Still alive?
Still
Yes.
alive
I love
and
it.
working
Wow.
and living in Goshen, and we are
Really?
the permanent collection for his legacy. So we own over
Okay.
70 works. This is just one of them.
Does he still do any kind of museum talks with you guys?
He has in the past.
Okay, but you guys still have museum talks, don't you?
Every week, yes,
Every
without
week.
fail. Weekly.
Every Thursday. They're called Noontime Talks, and they're from 12:15 to 1:15 every Thursday.
Do you have that on your website so you can see
We
who's
do
going to
have
be
it on the
coming up
website. We have a
next?
newsletter. So, yes, we have many ways to get it out to people.
All right, let's keep exploring.
Okay.
Well, as we move into these north galleries, of course, permanent collection maintains there. And here we start the first of 3 exhibits.
Photography in here?
The overarching exhibit theme here is politics and religion.
Okay.
This happens to be the work of Seattle-based photographer Nate Gowdy. And he was an eyewitness to the events that unfolded on January the 6th, 2021. And he produced a book about it, which he will be here on, he will have been here and have talked about, but these will remain on view. These are large-scale versions of over 100 images that he shot, hundreds of images.
Sure.
But in the book, there's about 100. This is 10 of a special suite representing that January 6th historic event.
And you know, that, talk about how that just kind of being displayed here in the museum gives you time to reflect as you come in.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And we reflect as we hang the art because, you know, you're very up close and personal with it. The other thing about Nate Gowdy is he has produced 2 books on the January 6th photography that he took, and they'll both be on for sale here at the museum.
Okay, great.
And one is a large edition that is really beautiful. So it's well worth coming in and taking a look at.
So many reasons to come in.
Yes.
You notice here too that there is a single panel written by Nate Gowdy, and these are uninterrupted by a gallery label.
I noticed that.
So-
yeah, because I'm a gallery label reader.
So that
So
this
that's
way
interesting.
to read this and then to reflect
Yeah.
on these as historic moments, as artifacts presented in the way they are certainly at the level of fine art photography.
Yeah.
But the experience is about thinking and reading this and thinking about it and then forming your own conclusion in this safe environment. You know,
Absolutely.
the museum is a safe environment where many ideas come to the foreground, and particularly those artists that speak out and reflect certain current events.
Let's head over to the next space.
Let's
go
go
right
back
over
here.
Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Oh, I love this one. That one catches my eye. That's pretty cool.
Yes, we have
Oh.
several unique pieces.
Okay,
A
now
counter
these are the
event
pieces.
of this trilogy of exhibits and bookending Nate Gowdy's photographs are these early etchings by Gabor Peterdy. Peterdy was about 19 years old when he was studying in Paris in the 1930s.
Uh-huh.
So these range in date from 1936 till just after World War II in 1946. And because Peterdy was born in Budapest, Hungary, and came to America after trying to escape Europe, while he was there, he was thinking about all of these things that were happening politically, geopolitically, and certainly the threat of gathering war clouds. Yeah. So he used, in essence, symbolism, like Hungry Wolf, stallions, rearing stallions, like the German army was very full of that kind of pomp and parade circumstance. And certainly the idea of the Holocaust starts to play itself out in later work. So this was his way of announcing, trying to deal with, and then afterwards and during the war, he was a specialist assigned to hunt Nazi war criminals because he could speak 5 languages as well. Gosh. But he came back to America, and the really American story there for Peterdy is that he became one of the 2 most important taproots of printmaking, or the art of printmaking in America, teaching subsequent generations that went out and became professors and artists. So he taught for 23 years at Yale University.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
So again, these are the earliest works in our collection, and like that of Abner Hirschberger, we're a really large repository, thanks to one Dr. Stephen Conant. We now own over 139 works by Peterdy, and that, to me, signals the largest public collection.
That's amazing.
Outside of Yale University.
Absolutely.
So we can go on.
So this is part of the politics and religion.
Yeah, this is called Echoes of War.
And he will be speaking at a noontime talk.
Okay, great. So we can get information about that too. Now, you guys have other stuff happening in the gallery space too. I mean, recently you guys just started yoga?
Oh, yeah.
Is that right?
We're doing yoga in the studio. We started on April 18th. It's very exciting. Jenny Nolan, who's with Pura Vida, she is doing this every Friday through the end of June.
How cool is that?
So,
and is there an added cost for that?
Actually, it is $7 for members.
Oh, that's so
So it's
reasonable.
discounted for members, and it's $10 for non-members.
Wonderful.
So yeah, and it's been really lovely. It's like 9:15 to 10:15 in the mornings on Fridays. Everybody felt it was like a very zen space.
Yeah,
So yeah,
absolutely.
so I think we'll see more people.
And we see in museology that fitness and healthy minds, healthy bodies react positively to works of art. So it's not just us, but a lot of museums have adopted this idea. And so we look at it as fitness, art, community, and experience. So giving it a new face, that's an acronym for it.
I love it. Now, Jennifer, we are in the next gallery here because this continues. There's a lot of space here. There's a lot of art to share with everyone.
Yes, there is.
Too.
Absolutely.
Tell us a little bit about this particular.
Well, this is a New York artist, Sue Coe, and she does a lot of pieces that are political. There's undertones, and in this one, this is abolition. So this fits perfectly with politics and religion, and maybe not with current politics, but certainly in our very vibrant U.S. history.
Sure.
So that's why she's represented here, and we have several other pieces in this exhibit by Sue Coe. We have an Animal Farm piece down here.
Okay.
And again, if you've read Animal Farm, it has political overtones. And then this one's kind of interesting, I think. This is another Sue Coe piece. And this is old. It's back when Clarence Thomas was being confirmed for the Supreme Court. And it may be too old for some people to remember, but this is when Anita Hill made allegations against Clarence Thomas of sexual harassment. And this is the embodiment of how, at least Sue Coe felt, a New York artist, about how she was treated, basically being burned at the stake. And it's interesting because most of these senators are dead now, but you have Arlen Specter, you have Ted Kennedy, you have Joe Biden.
Yes.
Strom Thurmond, Hatch, and basically she was ostracized because she came forward and made allegations of sexual harassment. Not so different from the way you fast forward now. This was in '91, you look at 2025, we're still struggling with the same issues.
Yeah, so there's so much relevance here too for people
Right.
to come in and reflect.
Absolutely.
And I know you guys have some other events that are coming up here too in the museum.
We do. We have the 46th anniversary, and that is
That's a big deal for
it's
you guys.
Huge.
Oh my
it's May 10th.
gosh.
I mean, 4 more years, it'll be 50 years. It's hard to believe. Time flies, right?
Yeah.
And but one of our big donors, who Brian has mentioned earlier, is Dr. Stephen Conant. He is being honored.
Oh, wonderful.
And he's donated over 1,500 pieces of art to the museum since 1993. Celia Weiss will be our musical performance. So it should be a great time, and it is free to our members, and
even
it's
better. Oh my
yes,
gosh.
and it's $10 for non-members.
How wonderful. Now, you guys even have some unique ways to get out and explore art too.
That's right. We like to take people from the Michiana community elsewhere to other museums. So we planned one of our usual bus trips of the year to the Art Institute of Chicago
How cool.
to see the Frida Kahlo and Mary Reynolds exhibition. It'll be the first time that Frida Kahlo's work will be shown at the Art Institute of Chicago.
Wonderful.
And people can sign up anytime between now until we reach capacity, which we're only taking 50.
Okay, you gotta
It
get
can
those
be
tickets.
members or non-members, and you can call us at the museum to sign up for that, and even pay over the phone if you like. The exhibit or the bus trip rather, will be on Monday, June 16th, and
Okay.
we'll depart the museum at 9:30 in the morning.
So we got some time to buy those tickets, but they're going to sell out. So make sure
That's
you do
right.
get them.
They always do.
Okay.
So, yeah.
People, where can they get your hours?
Well, you can go to our website or
Okay.
Facebook or Instagram, but our website is certainly the spot, midwestmuseum.org, and you can see all of this information unfolded in those various pages. In our time is we're open to the public Wednesday through Friday
Okay.
from 11 to 5,
Okay.
and on Saturday and Sunday 1 to 5.
I love it. And we just did a little sampling, but there is so much more to
Oh,
see
lots.
here. You guys have to come check out what's going on here at the Midwest Museum. Thank you so much for
Oh,
showing us a
thanks
little
for
bit of
coming.
everything.